chosen one. You're not here by coincidence. There's a reason you're reading these words right now. Something deeper inside you has been calling for more. More purpose, more clarity, more truth. You've felt the tug in quiet moments, the restlessness in the middle of the night, the sense that life is preparing you for something far greater than what you've known. And it is. You are not average. You are not overlooked. You are being positioned, elevated, and awakened. Because what's ahead requires the strongest, most authentic version of you. So take a breath, lock in, and get ready. This is your moment, and everything is about to shift. There are moments in life that don't just speak to you, they summon you. What you're feeling right now isn't confusion, it's activation. The internal stirrings, the tightness in your chest, the mental noise you can't quite silence. It's not chaos, it's the signal that something powerful is shifting. You've stepped into a divine interruption, a sacred recalibration. What once felt distant is now pressing against your present. This is not imagination. This is spiritual alignment. This is not a small ripple of inspiration. It's a complete shift in your inner wiring. Your awareness is being heightened, your senses sharpened, because you're being positioned to receive something that can't land on an unfocused spirit. The energy around you is surging with purpose. The weight you feel, it's the weight of destiny knocking. Ignore it, and the momentum stalls. Embrace it, and you unlock dimensions of clarity and favor that rewrite everything. Looking for purpose and peace? Hit subscribe and start the journey. Before going further, respond to this moment with intention. Tap into this frequency with a conscious act. Pause and center yourself. Signal to the divine that you are awake, open, and available. Whether it's through a word, a gesture, or a declaration, make it known. You are ready. Ready not just to be inspired, but to be transformed. If something inside you is leaning in right now, keep going. That tension you feel is not resistance, it's revelation. If you've been sent here, it means this message is encoded with pieces of your next chapter. And if you're still reading, it's because your spirit already said yes before your mind caught up. This is not ordinary. This is appointment. This night doesn't just blend into the rest. It marks a line between what was and what will be. Everything is orchestrated. The timing, the setting, the insight you're about to receive. It's all precision. You didn't just arrive here. You were drawn here by something greater. And now, everything is beginning to rearrange in your favor. You're not here because of coincidence. You're here because heaven needed your attention. There's a divine setup unfolding, and you are the key piece it's been waiting on. Everything that once felt like a delay was just synchronization, waiting on your readiness. Now the gears shift, and the realm of possibility cracks open. Feel God's love stirring within you. Don't let it stop there. Hit the super thank you button and sow a seed of $20 or more. That simple act can ignite hope, heal hearts, and carry His love further than you imagine. You are made to shine His light. This is your moment. Be the miracle someone's been praying for. Let heaven move through you. This is the moment to unplug from noise and tune into alignment. Let the distractions fall away. Feel the energy around you. It's electric with promise, humming with unseen movement. What's rising is not temporary, it's tectonic. A spiritual quake designed to disrupt stagnation and push you into purpose. The air is charged. The time is now. And the shift, it begins with you. There are seasons when everything familiar begins to feel unfamiliar, when even rest refuses to meet you, and your thoughts loop like echoes in a hollow space. That's not anxiety, that's awakening. The stirring inside you isn't random. It's a divine ignition, a shift beneath the surface that signals something holy is underway. You didn't miss the sign. You are the sign. You are standing at a spiritual threshold that will rewrite everything. This internal tension isn't dysfunction. It's divine preparation. The unease, the pacing heart, the alertness in the quiet hours, it's the sound of your old limitations dissolving. What you feel as pressure is the push into the next dimension of your life. You're not being punished, you're being summoned. This agitation is the signal that the life you've known is too small for the purpose you've been entrusted with. You are not unraveling. You are being reformed. The shaping happening in your soul is sacred. It's happening in silence because that's where transformation works best. Out of view, but never out of alignment. Every sleepless night is not a burden. It is a chamber of rebirth where your spirit begins to remember its assignment. Step beyond the screen. Join and help light the way for others. This is not insomnia, it is initiation. You're being pulled into alignment with something deeper, something ancient and unshakable. What you carry now is weighty, and the process may feel like fire, but it's the fire that refines gold. What's leaving you can no longer serve you, and what's approaching demands a version of you that knows how to surrender, not just strive. This is sacred reconditioning. The shaking you feel is not meant to scare you. It's meant to separate you from what's expired. You are being unlatched from every belief, cycle, or fear that no longer aligns with your next level. This is spiritual detox, and though it may feel like chaos, it is holy clarity taking form. You're not broken. You're in metamorphosis. And yes, it's messy before it's miraculous. Let the discomfort do its work. It's not pushing you down, it's lifting you out. Every wave of intensity is breaking an old agreement off your spirit. You are not here to repeat. You are here to evolve. And this shift is proof that your soul refuses to stay asleep in a world that needs your light. You are crossing into deeper truth, into grounded power, into clarity so fierce that you will never settle for fragments again. You are not waiting for peace to return. You are becoming the space where peace can live. This night isn't just different, it's divine. Let it mark you. Let it strip you. Let it transform you. Because after this, nothing remains the same, and it's not supposed to. You're walking through intensity not because you've been abandoned, but because you've been selected for something weightier than comfort, destiny. What feels like breaking is actually sacred bending. What you're enduring is not to crush, but to cleanse. These days and nights of tension, of emotional spikes and inner fire are not misfortunes. They are divine appointments dressed in discomfort, engineered to refine you into the vessel you're meant to become. There's a force building within you, not subtle, not soft, a divine voltage charging your entire being. It does not tap politely, it surges, not to overwhelm, but to awaken. That sensation crawling through your chest, it's heaven's hand, not chaos. That lump in your throat or trembling in your spirit, it's the signal that something eternal has touched the temporal. This isn't chaos, it's reformatting. The barriers you once leaned on are being cleared, not out of cruelty, but necessity. Walls of fear, layers of old conditioning, and weights of stale beliefs are being peeled off like skin that's outgrown its use. What emerges underneath is leaner, lighter, clearer, designed for divine acceleration. This sacred fire doesn't burn you down. It burns through everything false. It pierces shallow thinking. It rearranges your emotional landscape. It sifts your motives and recodes your direction, not to destroy, but to align. You're not being scorched, you're being set apart. The heat you feel is holy. Don't resist it, absorb it. Let it remake you. Surrendering to it is how you unlock what's next. Run from it, and the cycle loops again. Embrace it, and what once felt impossible starts flowing naturally. Grace becomes your rhythm. Light becomes your language. The change won't be just internal. It spills into your interactions, into your health, into how you lead, how you love, how you believe. You won't have to push to prove anymore. You'll radiate results. People will notice, without you trying to be seen. Right now is fertile soil for something incredible to root. This isn't just emotional hype. This is spiritual law responding to your alignment. The words you speak, the declarations you make, the prayers you whisper tonight, they stretch beyond sound. They activate reality. This isn't just inspiration, it's ignition. So if your body aches with expectation, if your heart is racing without cause, it's because your soul recognizes the magnitude of this moment. Speak boldly. Name what you need. Trust what you cannot yet see. Just as ancient stories tell of sudden reversals and divine provision, that same power is circling your life now. And no, this isn't because you've earned it with perfection. It's because you've endured with integrity. Every drop of faith you've poured out has not gone unnoticed. And now, the return begins. Not just with restoration, but with increase. Feel God's love stirring within you. Don't let it stop there. Hit the super thank you button and sow a seed of $20 or more. That simple act can ignite hope, heal hearts, and carry His love further than you imagine. You were made to shine His light. This is your moment. Be the miracle someone's been praying for. Let heaven move through you. This is not just healing, it's reconstruction. It touches every layer of you. The aches of your past are being transfigured into wisdom. The fatigue of the journey is being replaced with fresh vitality. The broken pieces are not just being mended, they're being redesigned to hold more than ever before. Let it happen. You're not being emptied to be left hollow. You're being cleared to overflow. There are moments in life when something inside begins to stir, not from logic or explanation, but from a deeper current that pulses beneath the surface. That stirring you feel isn't random. It's a sacred ignition, a force that rewrites what you thought was final. It's not just renewal, it's a total restoration that rewinds time in ways science cannot track and speaks directly to every cell, memory, and scar. What begins to unfold now touches every layer of your being. Some will feel their energy bloom again, like soil once cracked, now soaked with unexpected rain. For others, the fog around the mind starts to lift, as if clarity has been sitting patiently just beyond the noise. And yes, even vitality long thought lost begins to pulse again, not from routine, but from the divine breath of restoration itself. Yet this goes beyond flesh and function. This is soul work. Wounds buried deep, unspoken, unseen, begin to surface, not to shame you, but to free you. Regret, guilt, sorrow, all of it begins to dissolve under the light of sacred renewal. And for the first time in a long time, the weight lifts. Step beyond the screen. Join and help light the way for others. You were never meant to carry it alone. Not that grief, not that ache. What's happening now is not a fix. It's a divine rerouting. You're being adjusted for something far greater than personal gain. This recalibration positions you to influence generations, not just your own lane. What feels like internal chaos is divine design. This is not confusion. This is preparation disguised as pressure. You're not unraveling. You're being upgraded. You're being trained without ceremony, shaped without spotlight. But soon, your purpose will speak louder than explanation ever could. History is marked with those who walked through deserts before ever touching destiny. The quiet years, the hidden struggles. You are walking that same path, not because you're forgotten, but because you are being fortified. The deeper the calling, the more intense the shaping. And now comes the invitation. It's immediate. It's alive. It doesn't beg. It commands attention. And it doesn't linger long. You know the urgency. It's already knocking at the doors of your awareness, asking you not for perfection, but for presence. Will you open? Turning away means missing something beyond words. An alignment that rewrites timelines and unlocks what's been sealed. Not every moment is equal. This is one of those rare pivots in your story where the door swings open, but only for a breath. So step through, not because you are ready, but because you are chosen. Not because you've earned it, but because it's time. There comes a point in every seeker's path where the noise of life begins to blur the signal of something deeper. It's not that everything's wrong, it's that something higher is calling. When the world tries to pull your attention in 1,000 directions, there's still that inner knowing. Something sacred is summoning you, not for escape, but for awakening. There are moments we remember forever, the ones we didn't take, the chances we watched slip past because we hesitated. Let this not be one of those. This is the hour to respond to a greater future, not built on fantasy, but on the promise of something real, something created for you long before you knew to ask for it. Turning away now means staying where you've always been. Safe maybe, but small. That old comfort zone never had room for what you were truly born to become. Stepping forward takes boldness, not perfection. It requires faith in what you cannot yet see, but deeply feel. The unrest inside you, it isn't failure, it isn't punishment, it's transformation knocking. This is a threshold disguised as sleeplessness. When the mind won't quiet and the heart beats louder than the room, that's not anxiety, it's an invitation, a holy disruption, clearing space for rebirth. What feels like pressure is actually preparation. You're shedding what no longer aligns with your becoming. That ache in your chest, that's the space being made for purpose to enter. Don't run from it. Breathe through it. This discomfort isn't a wall, it's a doorway. Instead of wishing it away, embrace the unfamiliar. Let the night stretch you open. Let it teach you. What may seem like chaos is divine choreography, an unseen hand shaping you into something you never thought possible. If you stay open, you'll begin to feel the shift. Clarity, alignment, doors once sealed begin to move without force. Conversations change, encounters feel timed, energy flows in new directions. That's not coincidence, it's confirmation. And here's the turning point: saying yes. Not a passive yes, but the kind that alters your whole trajectory. It's not said with lips, but with your spirit. A yes that echoes into the unseen, drawing in the resources, connections, and breakthroughs meant for you. That yes carries weight. It carries legacy. It becomes the reason others find courage too. You step into a lineage of those who didn't let hesitation win. Those who stepped forward trembling, but stepped anyway. And when you do, everything starts to change. What once felt distant starts to appear. What felt impossible starts unfolding. Your steps become steady. Your voice gains power. Your life becomes a map others can follow. The urgency you feel is sacred, not to scare you, but to wake you. Because this moment, right here, could be the one that realigns everything. Let your soul answer with boldness. What you choose now doesn't just shift your life, it reshapes your future. Some turning points don't come with a sign. They arrive disguised as discomfort, hidden in the edges of a sleepless night, wrapped in urgency that doesn't quite make sense, but refuses to be ignored. This moment is not waiting for the stars to align. It's waiting for a decision. Hesitation is the one thing that can slow what's already in motion. Change of this magnitude is never soft. It asks something of you. Your focus, your courage, your surrender. Growth doesn't whisper. It knocks hard, sometimes loud enough to shake what you thought you knew. This moment is not just a rehearsal, it's a sacred signal. Your current version cannot carry the next chapter. You may feel disoriented. That's not chaos. It's your old identity dissolving. And the unknown, that's the new map being drawn. One that doesn't rely on logic, but on divine timing. The shift in you begins in silence, but it soon speaks in breakthroughs. All that is familiar may loosen, but only to make room for what's aligned. Think of pressure building deep in the earth, not visible, not loud, but inevitable. The surface doesn't know what's coming, but something is cracking open underneath. That's your spirit. That's your calling making room to breathe. This shift touches everything. How you see yourself, how you connect, how you speak life into every space you enter. It's not about adjusting your routine. It's about becoming someone new, not manufactured, revealed. What you feel now is your old form resisting release. Let the unraveling happen. Trust that what unfolds is bigger than what ends. What seems like a personal stirring is actually divine strategy. The invitation is real, and it comes with a timestamp. Not to rush you, but to wake you. Moments like this are rare, sacred, time-sensitive. If ignored, they don't disappear forever, but they delay what's ready now. The moment is not poetic, it's precise. Everything has lined up to bring you to this threshold. What you do now determines the pace of what comes next. Deadlines exist not to scare you, but to focus you. You're not late. You're on the edge. The window is wide, but not forever. Some doors don't swing open twice. This one is open now. What you feel in your body, the tension, the rise in energy, the racing mind, is not random. It's divine disruption. It's frequency correction. Your system is being tuned to pick up what's been trying to reach you. Feel God's love stirring within you. Don't let it stop there. Hit the super thank you button and sow a seed of $20 or more. That simple act can ignite hope, heal hearts, and carry His love further than you imagine. You were made to shine His light. This is your moment. Be the miracle someone's been praying for. Let heaven move through you. The flashes of clarity, the heat behind your chest, the dreams that stick. These are all language, not words, but spiritual symbols. And they're speaking to what your logical mind can't yet grasp. You're being pulled forward by something larger than your plans. This disturbance isn't a problem, it's a portal. It interrupts your autopilot so you can reroute. What feels like fatigue is actually preparation. What seems like insomnia is sacred access. Stay in it. The interruption is the invitation. The very thing you wish would settle down is the thing pulling you higher. Let it. Everything around you feels like it's reaching a quiet climax, as if the air thickens with meaning, and time itself pauses to see if you'll notice the significance of this hour. This isn't just a moment to observe, It's a moment to step into with full awareness. You've been nudged, pulled, shaken, not randomly, but with precision. This is where divine preparation collides with human readiness. There's an intensity in this hour that can't be explained by logic. The surface of your life might look still, but underneath, tectonic shifts are underway. Something ancient in your spirit responds to this time, not with fear, but with recognition. The silence outside amplifies the movement inside. And you know, this isn't ordinary. You've reached a bend in your path that doesn't offer a map. Instead, it offers revelation. And while others may sleep through it, you feel wide awake. What begins in shadows now comes into view. Capacities long buried begin stirring. Not for show, but for purpose. In this stillness, you are entrusted with keys, not to control, but to unlock what has waited dormant inside. This quiet doesn't lack power, it contains it. The unseen realm isn't distant anymore. It brushes against your skin, meets your breath, enters your thoughts. What you sense isn't just for you. You're being equipped to shift atmospheres, for homes, for hearts, for generations. Something ancient in your lineage waited for someone to say yes. That someone is you. And yet, transition rarely comes easy. The mind may try to dismiss it. The body may crave comfort. But disruption is the womb of transformation. Old frameworks are cracking. Not to destroy, but to reveal what's next. Every time you resisted change in the past, it cost you clarity. Every delay bred doubt. But this time is different. This is not pressure. This is permission to let go, to rise, to become. Resistance may wear the face of logic or fear, but at its core, it's a delay tactic. And delays in sacred time carry weight. If you say yes now, the pace of your life will shift. Destiny doesn't demand perfection. It asks for surrender. Let go of the urge to run back to the familiar. Growth doesn't thrive where safety is worshipped. Tonight isn't about surviving. It's about stepping into significance. Even if your hands shake, even if your knees bend. When systems inside begin to rattle, when sleep evades and your thoughts swirl, don't panic. That's not malfunction, that's activation. You're being drawn into alignment with something bigger than you ever dreamed. This sensation isn't exhaustion, it's emergence. What your body interprets as unrest is your soul finally waking up from years of compromise. You've tried to explain it before, haven't you? That feeling of being ready, but not knowing for what. This is it. The tension, the tears, the confusion. It all led here. You don't have to fully understand to step forward. This is the gate, not with hinges or locks, but with recognition. It opens not when you force it, but when you agree. The agreement is spiritual, and it sounds like a whisper. I'm ready. Now breathe. The pressure isn't punishment, it's preparation. Welcome the disruption. Welcome the release. Welcome what's already begun. Everything inside begins to shift when the moment demands more than passive observation. This is not just about noticing something stirring. It's about recognizing that your spirit is being summoned to take part in something divine and unstoppable. Change doesn't simply happen to you. It asks you to move with it, to meet it halfway, to engage it with heart and fire. You are not a spectator to your becoming. You are the force that agrees with it. This deep stirring isn't random. It's a personal message etched into the atmosphere, calling out your name. There's no distance between the divine and your journey now. Only closeness, only intention. When inner silence is interrupted by waves of unease, that is not to be feared. That is a coded message. I am here. Pay attention, you are being shaped. If this calling is ignored, The unfolding waits. It doesn't disappear. It simply pauses until you're willing to say yes. But why delay what heaven already placed in motion? Instead of pushing away the tension or covering it with noise, be still and ask, what is this moment trying to unearth in me? What wisdom is rising through the cracks? The old limits no longer fit you. What held you back yesterday has no hold on the version of you emerging now. Step forward as the soil breaks open beneath your feet. Often, what keeps you awake is not random fatigue. It's the war beneath the surface, a battle for who you become. And not everyone wants that future version of you to rise.